Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Tyler here, and I just wanted to go over this video real quick, kind of defend myself. Um, this whole video head is kind of just bashing me, for why mob closed, I guess. He starts off by saying I was selling a base, or I was selling stuff. I was selling a base, I believe, for 2 maps to one faction called Ninja Turtles. I was caught. I only made around $200 to $300 in profit. Um, and I was caught. We talked about it. I explained how, you know I was sorry, and I wanted to show my loyalty. We compromised, and the compromise we came up with was for that August payment I was owed around 1,300. I let him keep 800 of the 1,300, so I only saw $500 that month. um and I kind of hope that showed him, like, I was really sorry for what I did. um you know I love mob. I like the vision where it's going, and I want to stay part of the project, and I did. I did a lot for mob. um and I feel like he kind of discredits that through this video. He also goes on to say I worked with Defing to sell items. That is entirely untrue. I don't know where he pulled that one out of his ass from. Defing sold items to this person called Cappings who uploaded this video. I never liked Cappings. This was actually why I uploaded this video, is because I was just like toxic to him. I kind of pressed him. He didn't like that shit, so he uploaded exposing video. Not once did I ever work with Defing to sell items. That is fully false. You can ask anybody who was at Mob during that time. I never once worked with Defing. Never saw a dime of that money he got. I think he goes on to explain, like, I was just there for the money and I was never there for the long run. Literally from the start of Mob, my whole vision was to revive HCF and build a server that a community can actively come to, that listens. And so that was always my goal, and I feel like I was successful in doing so. I feel like we were one of the best servers to ever listen to the community. um, and it was never once about money for me. Obviously the money's good. I like when we were making money, because who doesn't like making money, obviously. um, all the owners were in agreement with that. We always wanted to put the community first, but obviously we wanted the money to roll in. That was an important part, since obviously we weren't funded by any illegal money. So a lot of this was at the start us funding and getting an investment from Headed's friend. So it was never once about money for me. It was all about the community. I also wanted to say, he goes on to talk about, like, I was inactive and I was the downfall and all this bullshit about Mob, and I'm the main reason why it closed, but it's entirely untrue. I went to school my second year of uni, somewhere early August, which is where I'm at right now. And I was rushing a frat, I was getting internships, I was doing a lot. I was balancing schoolwork on top of all this. So, I kind of went inactive, but I still did my part. It was really up until middle of September, or like 2.0-ish area, where I fully went inactive because I just couldn't do it anymore. Um, but I did my part up until then. He wasn't all alone. I did literally, in Mob's total lifetime, I probably did the most. I did a lot for that server. All I really wanted Headed to do um, was, like, manage our media, make sure the media is okay, and give me his thoughts. And he was a real owner, but I pretty much did everything else, all the important stuff, until the very end when I went inactive. That's when Headed kind of had to take over, run everything by himself. But we had a good management team, and they were able to help us a lot. Um, I want to say the real downfall of Mob is when obviously we did the HET ranked. He kind of teased Simply Trash and OGB, and we kind of invaded their space. It was bad of us to do that. But he would tease OGB and Simply Trash, and it would piss him off, and he would go to cave PvP in the end. But you know, him teasing like that enraged Simply, and then it made him open cave. Um, and that's ultimately what killed Mob. Um, so that definitely played a role in killing Mob, was us opening up HE2 ranked. Another thing is obviously the expenses became too much. I'll be upfront with you guys. Mob's lifetime made 23,700. There was one point in Mob's lifetime where we were spending around 5.5k a month. I don't know how accurate this is all added up. But there was one time where we were definitely spending 5.5k a month because we had 2 more developers. We had Xylo informing, Bambi, and a lot more media as well. And they were all on insane deals. Lambo. But yeah, they were on big deals. And so we were definitely spending more than we could handle. I told him this multiple times. I told him that he needed to cut costs before we go under, because the amount that we were spending per month was not sustainable to the amount we were making. Nevertheless, us personally see profit. It just wasn't. We were gonna be gone in 2 months max if we kept it up, And he never really kind of adjusted till the very end. He kept the spending costs, and that's ultimately what led to the downfall. He explains in his video, he complains about having to spend his personal money, but that never would have happened if he would have managed the money better. If he would have just you know made budget cuts where we needed to, like I told him to multiple times, and he never did. He insisted on us keeping all these media who I felt were giving us an impact, because they already made their mark. Mob was already established. We didn't need to keep paying these people these insane prices. Like, it was just stupid. But yeah, no, it was obviously never about the money. um but when you're spending that much compared to what we're making, it's just not sustainable at all. And he owned the Tebex, so he controlled all the money stuff, so there was no say I had. But yeah, that's pretty much it. He talks about how I'm money hungry, but in Mob's whole lifetime, out of this $23,000, I've only seen $2,000. And I owned a 30% stake in Mob, which was the second highest. He owned a 40 something percent. He owned 40 something percent of Mob, and that was the highest stake. I don't know how much he personally saw, because like I said, he managed all the money. For all I know, he could have been untruthful to my payments, but I never questioned him. But yeah, in Mob's whole lifetime, I only saw 2,000. It was never about the money for me. I make money elsewhere, and I knew this Minecraft shit wouldn't last forever. So obviously, I pushed him for my monthly payments, but it was never fully about the money. I just wanted to get my money where my work was due. I did a lot of work for this server, so I'm owed. But yeah, hope this kind of just clears stuff up. Headed didn't have to upload a 7-minute video just bashing me over and over again. We could have handled this like fucking men in DMs, could have talked it out, but instead he just uploaded a video bashing my rep. So I don't know. If you guys have any questions, I'm fully transparent. I'll answer them in the comments. But yeah, hope you all have a blessed day, man, and stay safe.